Check, check.
Tes, Hanabi, the dark system hero. Dark. Come on, does my voice sound terrifying yet? Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. I sound like a pedophile.
Alright, Hanabi, one of the ninja of all time, and Moonton's weirdest creation. What is your expectation of a female ninja? Fast, quick, deadly. I mean, ain't no way Moonton would ever make a ninja who doesn't have those. Right, I don't know what Moonton's thinking when making this hero. I mean, what is this? A ninja who can only walk? In the lore, she's supposed to be Hayabusa's rival. She can even go toe-to-toe with Hayabusa and Hanzo. But in the game, don't ask me why. Just don't. I mean, in this game, or that one, female ninja heroes are strong and agile. Yet somehow, here we've got a walking ninja. I don't know if Moonton is drunk or what when making this hero, but if only Moonton is thinking straight and make an escape skill for her, then this hero would be quite decent, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me. So if there's a Moonton employee, engineer or nutritionist watching this video who designed, program and makes this hero, if you want to revamp her again, the only thing this hero desperately needs is an escape skill. Just that, focus on the escape skill first. Forget about the damage, immunity, tankiness or anything else for now. Handle the escape skill first because before and after the revamp a couple of years ago, Hanabi's skills haven't changed at all. This hero still cannot run away from sticky situation. Sure, she can be immune to almost any CC, like when Saber tries to pick her up or when Eudora do this, she won't get CC'd. But even so, her immunity doesn't stop her from taking damage because guess what? The shield that gives her immunity can be broken. And if it is broken, she's already dead anyway. And the skill that makes her immune is not that reliable at all. You have to hit it at the right time for it to work. And even if you manage to do that, there's no guarantee she'll be immune to it, so it might not even work. On top of that, the cooldown is ridiculously long, especially in the early game. It's like a cooldown of an ult, and that's way too long for a regular skill. Even Clint's ultimate have a shorter cooldown than this. And honestly, for such a small shield, how much of a difference does it make? A few hits and it's gone. And once it's gone, you can be stunned again. You're no longer immune to CC. Even when you have a shield, you still can't be immune to some type of CC, like this for example. And throughout the whole match, you walk into fights, you walk out of fights, and when you're running away, you're still gonna walk because you don't have any escape skill. I mean, you can use flicker or sprint, but 99% of the time, Hanabi will use Aegis to be even more immune to stun, so no escape skill at all. Thus no one at Moonton has any idea to give her a dash, like maybe make her teleport to her completely useless second skill, or maybe add a skill that lets her reposition. It doesn't have to be an assassin style blink or anything crazy, just at least give her a small dash like this. Is that possible, Moonton? Also, could this image foreshadowing something? Because, you know, eating a lot makes you gain weight, and it's hard to be agile when you're overweight. Maybe that's why Moonton doesn't give her an escape skill. I mean, come on, she's slim, pale, and elegant, but she's still not agile? Even Bellman, who's an ugly motherfucker, got a dash. A freaking dash. Like, it's fine if Hanabi doesn't have one, but from day one, her concept is a ninja. And seriously, what kind of ninja isn't agile? It doesn't make any sense. And it takes too long for her to be able to deal some damage. Other marksmen can deal a lot of damage with only one item. But Hanabi, even with full item, she's still gonna have a hard time dealing damage most of the time. And her basic attack range isn't that far too. Yeah, I know it can bounce, and it's cool she can zone out her enemy in the early game. But what's the use if you can't deal enough damage later on? And if I'm being honest, this hero is actually really easy to use. So easy in fact that it becomes so hard to use properly. By easy, I mean easy to get killed. This hero is just not for everyone. Even I who play high mechanic heroes and also a part-time gold laner would never want to touch this hero ever again. Also, her stats is wrong by the way. How do I know? Because Moonton is the one who said it, not me. So it should have been like this on her stats because she's that hard to use according to Moonton. Even if you can play and master Fanny, it doesn't mean you'll be able to use Hanabi properly. And now you know the reason why so many pro players don't want to use Hanabi. Nah man, you're just bad. I can use Fanny and Hanabi bro. I can also play Haya and Lan. Yeah, say what you want, Mr. Skilled. So, you can play Hanabi? Wow, that's so cool. Your parents must be so proud of you. But let's be real for a second. Since when a random Hanabi you met gets MVP? You've never seen it, right? Yeah, me too. People don't need to play tens to hundreds of matches to know Hanabi is a bad hero. I mean, there's nothing else you can do besides doing this, pressing this, and stealing other people's resources. That's the only thing you can do besides feeding the enemy. Like, what can you even do with that damage? It's not worth it to use Hanabi in any situation. Even Mia, another hero that has a similar mechanic, has a better damage output than this so-called ninja. And she has an escape skill too. When you're using Hanabi, you have to be extra focused from the start to the end of the game because you're gonna be an easy target all the time, especially when there's an enemy assassin. Also, the users of Hanabi are so kind because they always feed the enemy from the early game and help them to win. See that? My Hanabi is so nice, the enemy is praying for her well-being. Come on everyone, we need to be like these guys who likes to spread kindness all over Mobile Legends. And to be clear, I have no problem with the hero or the users. Only if they can actually use her, because after all these years of playing this game, I've never found someone who picks Hanabi who can play correctly. All they ever do is feeding the enemy whether they're on my team or not. If they're not feeding, they always do this. Just look at it yourself. As a jungler, it infuriates me so much because they like to steal my resources so many times, and when I fail to carry them, they always get mad at me. Like, you're the one causing this, why are you blaming me? If you want to get carried by the jungler, at the very least, don't steal the jungler's resources. If you want to keep feeding the enemy, I mean, it's fine if you're taking the enemy's resources, and we junglers don't mind you taking 1 or 2 monsters from us. But if you take it every time it spawns and you keep dying, please stop for the sake of the team. All you do is helping the enemy. You already have the highest gold in the team by being in the gold lane. Why do you bother to steal from the jungler? So if you're a Hanabi main who still does this, stop lah. Seriously, stop. The jungler's job is already hard enough, and you make it harder for them. Come on, your jungler doesn't deserve this. And I don't know why a lot of people still choose to use her. I mean, there are so many different marksmen to use that's 100,000% better than Hanabi, like Layla and Bruno for example. They have a similar playing style and they're meta right now. Why do you still prefer to use Hanabi? And if I'm being honest, I don't know what these guys are thinking because in Epic, Legend, even in Mythic, the way they use Hanabi are the same. If not like this, they act like little kids every single time when in reality they're probably older than me. I don't know man, these people are thinking way above the human comprehension. As much as I hate having Hanabi as a teammate, in my opinion, she's not a terrible hero. She's in fact good. Really good actually if you don't use her.